Hey, what's going on, guys? Troll Pal CHH here. Today's a really exciting day. Happy Friday the 13th. It's probably one of my favorite days. Today is many great things I can say today. Today is my 6th anniversary to my wife right now on October the 13th. We got married on a Friday the 13th in 2017, and here we are, 2023. Time flies, and it's Friday the 13th again in October, so happy Friday the 13th. Today we're going to be talking about a new Friday the 13th release that just came out. I am a connoisseur of Friday the 13th collectibles, memorabilia, and just physical media specifically. It's one of my favorite things in the world to collect. One of the greatest, if not the greatest horror franchises, maybe Elm Street, but I'm not going to go there today because today is Jason Day. And the last thing I want to announce, I'm very proud of, it's very fitting that we're talking about a Paramount film today because yours truly is going to have the honor of being able to review the Paramount Screams 4K box set a little early. So thank you. Cheers, Paramount. Thank you for the opportunity. I really appreciate you guys. But today we're talking about something that I bought myself because I'm a lover of this series, Friday the 13th. Today we're talking about the new Steelbook 4K release of the film with this really cool artwork with the eye. And if you don't know what this is from, maybe about 10 years ago, I got the vinyl soundtrack for Friday the 13th. Now, this was put out by Waxwork Records, and if you didn't own the movie on 4K, it was a really cool thing that you could get this bundle together. You can get the vinyl reissued. I think it might have been a little bit of a blood splatter look. I'm not exactly sure. I think that's what it was, but you could have gotten that as well as the bundle with this. So it's really cool to see Paramount working with Waxwork, which started out as like a small company, and they're growing, and I've got a number of Waxwork records, and I can't say enough good things about them. So this is technically the kind of bundle you could have gotten, but I bought this years ago. Love the soundtrack to the original. But this is the new 4K release. Let me see if I can get that where it can focus. Here's the tab on the back. Like all the previous releases, this does have the same special features, but the one thing I wanted to start with, we'll talk about this here and now. Let me see if I can get this off. It's got one of those little gel tab things that kind of stick on the back of the slip. So I wanted to show you guys the back. Let's see if it's the back of the vinyl. Oh, no, it's not. So here's the back of the vinyl, but here's the back of the slipcover, and we got Alice in the Boat. Look at that. What I like about it is there's actually no logo on the front. Now, typically, I'm always about that, but I really like that this one doesn't have that. And as you can see, the spine says Friday the 13th and everything. So let's talk about the 4K for just a second. So this was actually a really fun experience for me because this is actually the first 4K I really sat down and watched in my PlayStation 5, which if you guys want a video on me kind of talking about my experience with watching 4K in the PS5, I would love to do that. Spoiler alert, it's great. It's a great 4K player. Shout out to Films at Home who did a video on this and actually made me want to make that jump because my wife wanted a PlayStation to begin with, but I also needed another 4K player, so I went the route of getting the 4K compatible PlayStation 5. But needless to say, guys, let's talk about this 4K. When this 4K came out the first time a year or so ago on the standard release, there was a lot of controversy. A lot of people thought, and of course they're the same, they are the same, but a lot of people thought that the Friday the 13th 4K was very dark, almost too dark, and a lot of people weren't happy with it, to call a spade a spade. Now, I did a video on, when this came out, I did a video on this release. I liked the 4K a lot. Now, take this with a grain of salt, but one of the things I can say is I have a friend that has seen, he's old enough to have seen the movie in the theater when it came out, and also lives in the Jersey area to where they get to see screenings of the film in the original in 35 film and things like that, like old prints of the film, original prints of the film. He told me, in his opinion, that the 4K has the most reminiscent feel to how he remembers seeing the film when he was younger. And that's completely an opinion of somebody. And maybe it is too dark for people, but maybe this is just the way the film looked back in the day. There could be that chance. Kind of hard to say, but I know that I really like the 4K. Now, the best way to watch the 4K, and that's the menu screen for the 4K, which I love. Simple, classic menu screen. You've got that beautiful shot of the poster with your special features down there. What I do love about this 4K is you got to turn the lights out, and let it play naturally, and it looks great. If you don't do that, though, what you can do is really go to your TV settings and adjust the brightness, or maybe swap to HDR10 if you have the availability to do that. And that seemed to have helped, because I watched a lot of people's kind of reaction to this. I don't typically watch a lot of reviews on physical media, mostly because I never want to sway what my own genuine opinion is on something. But for this one, I did see what people were saying, and a lot of people said if you adjust your brightness a little bit, or this or that, it's more to their liking. Me personally, I like to throw this thing right in, turn the lights out, have a little bit of ambient light like my little, lights over there, and enjoy the film. And to me, this looks like a great 4K. Is it the best 4K ever? Maybe not, but is it a good one? I think it is. But let's talk about this release. So not only is this release been done in a Steelbook before, but they're pretty identical. The only thing is this, the Blu-ray version, the 4K scan Blu-ray version, I don't know if you can pick it up on camera, but to me there's a slightly brighter tint on the Blu-ray version, but that's neither here or there. Obviously the big difference with this one is it's housing two movies, and you do get the Blu-ray, which is the new 4K scan Blu-ray, which a lot of people loved that. Now this is the same 4K scan Blu-ray that was in the Scream Factory box set. And the insides are the same. There's a shot of the lake with a blood red tree line in the back, and just to show you, the original release, Steelbook release, was the same. Obviously, it just housed the one Blu-ray. I think this is cool because I think maybe for the people that were a little hesitant to grab the 4K because maybe they heard some negative opinions on this, I always can try to meet people halfway on their opinions on 4K scans, because there is probably a little bit of subjectivity to watching movies on 4K, and your TVs, your atmosphere, your room, your ambient light, everything can kind of probably play a little bit of a factor. What I think is great about this coming out still is, for the sycophants like me that adore this franchise, and I really do collect this movie on the series on physical media. I really love it. They give me a little something new with this nice slipcover that has the Waxwork Records logo, but I think this might be enough to make the people that were a little hesitant before either go and check the price on this and maybe get this even cheaper, or go for this release, because I do like the slip a lot. I do like the 4K. I'll openly say it. I do like it, but it is somewhat of a controversial 4K release. With that being said, when it comes to the special features, the interesting thing is there anything new? There's not, which is somewhat of a bummer always, right? But this is the original special edition DVD that did get new features at the time, with all the commentaries and the Man Behind the Mask, the Sean Cunningham Legacy, the Friday the 13th reunion panel, Lost Tales from Camp Blood, fresh cuts, new tales from Friday the 13th. When they put the stuff out on higher quality, including this release and all these, even the Blu-ray sets, what they did do that was cool though was they did upscale the special features that could be upscaled. So the Sean Legacy special features specifically, it's extremely highly upscaled compared to the old DVD releases. So when you go to watch those special features in the Lost Tales segments, they got a boost in quality. So that's one thing that's cool. Let's say you never did upgrade before and you do get something like this. Even though those special features are the same, it is cool that they are upscaled. Again, that's nothing new, so I don't want to try to praise that too much, but it is interesting that, they did upscale the features when they went to a higher quality. So with that being said, guys, what I'd like to actually say to do is, if you haven't upgraded physical media for Friday the 13th, you can still get the Steelbook Blu-ray, which is the 4K scan, which is probably the fan favorite scan of the film on that Blu-ray set. It just probably is. You probably can get the slipcover version of this a little bit cheaper now, or brand new, and you can get this at Best Buy right now. Hurry up, because apparently they're not doing physical media. Or you might be able to even still get the Waxwork package, which I highly recommend. You can get the Blu-ray of the 4K and the Waxwork vinyl release. So this video is really more so me documenting another addition to my Friday the 13th collection, a series that I adore passionately. It's part of my life. It really is. It's one of my favorite franchises of all time. But I just really wanted to do this video on Friday the 13th. I was happy to do it on Friday the 13th. And, tell me your thoughts on the first film. I think it's a damn good creepy horror film. I really do love it. John doesn't get the accolades he deserves. He's a good director. But there it is, guys. The Friday the 13th 4K Steelbook with limited edition slip. from Waxwork Records art, and you can get that bundle, which is cool. And if you get the bundle, let me know, because I think that's really cool, guys. So happy Friday the 13th. Stick around. I think I got another video coming out tonight, and it may have to do with the new blood, so you might want to stay tuned. Love you guys. I'll see y'all next time. Huge giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind the scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.